boys and girls, thank you for choosing to be here at this mandatory assembly today. I want to start off this morning by recognizing our distinguished guests. Representing the 29th District, the Fighting 29th, in the Hawaii House of Representatives, Mr. Ikaika Hussey. From the office of Tyler Dos Santos Tam, Honolulu City Council Member for District 6, Mr. Malcolm Iwami. President of the Rotary Club of Hickam, Pearl Harbor, Mrs. Emily Smith. Whether you are a student, a teacher, a staff member, or a volunteer, this courtyard is the starting point for all of us each and every morning. Because this area is so important, we have to make sure that we fill it with things that matter. We need to fill it with the understanding that while we all might be different, eat different foods, speak different languages, we all must work together to bring peace to this campus. We need to fill this place with walls that tell the story of Hawaii, its people, its culture, because at the end of the day, all of us call this beautiful place home. We need to fill this space with teachers and staff who work tirelessly, going above and beyond and not asking if it's in their job description, because they know what they do makes a difference. And finally, we need to fill it with students who, despite overwhelming challenges, defy the odds and walk up that hill every morning so they can be in our classrooms, so that they can open doors to a brighter future. This is the hardest working school in Kalihi, because we know just how much is at stake. Mahalo for being here. Kalihi Elementary for life. Celebration of our peace pole installation. Last year, Lynn Goya, who I'm proud is here today, shared her dream of having a peace pole here in this area. The languages that adorn the pole represent our students. We have English, Portuguese, Tongan, Hawaiian, Marshallese, Samoan, Filipino, and we did have Korean. However, when we installed the pole, Ms. Hong saw that the Korean was upside down. So we had to take it off. But now I can honestly say, Ms. Hong and the nation of Korea, on behalf of Kalihi Elementary, I'm sorry. Please accept our apologies. In your mother tongue, Mian Heo, which translates to, my bad. To help commemorate the peace pole, we have two students who will be sharing their essays about peace. And the most amazing thing about these essays is that they were not given to them. These are their students' own words. So please, we're going to start with our first grade representative. Please help me in welcoming up Miss Savannah Walker.
What is peace? Peace is being kind and nice to each other. Why is peace important? Peace is important because you have to be nice so people will be nice to you. Without peace, people will not be friends and people will fight. How can we achieve peace on earth? We can achieve peace on earth by helping people with their job so they can be nicer people. We can make their job easier. Also, we can be nice to other people, like people who don't have food or people who don't Have fun.
Thank you. Let's have a round of applause for Savannah. Next up, please help me in welcoming our second grade representative, Marian Flordelisa.
Peace is about calmness and words that come from your heart. Peace is important because it gives you the urge to spread kindness. It can brighten the day. We can achieve peace by picking up trash to make the world beautiful and happy.
Agreed, DP. Very good. Thank you, Marian. All right. I now want to turn our attention to our mural. Like all things at Kalihi Elementary, to achieve this goal of painting an entire wall, it took a team effort. I want to give a special shout out to our amazing fourth graders for their hard work. Fourth grade, I'm happy to report not a single paintbrush was ruined in the process. I am excited about that. I want to give a shout out to Mrs. Okimoto, Miss Y, Mr. T, Mr. Boyne. It was a 3-day weekend that we just had, and they spent an entire day here painting on this wall. That's because they love this school and they love me so much. I want to give a shout out to my wife that she can't be there, but she helped me spray paint at night in exchange for dinner. I wanted to eat at home, but you know. Many schools have murals on their campus. We asked for a mural and we were quoted $20,000 for a mural on this wall. Now, in true Kalihi fashion, we like to save our money. So I'm proud to say that we did it. We did not pay $20,000. We actually did it at a fraction of the cost, and I calculated it. We did it at 0.025% of that cost. My wife was very proud. I also want to give a shout out to our SHA, our school health nurse, Miss Sharon, who took time out of her day to teach our students Hawaii Pono'i. Thank you, Miss Sharon. I also want to give a shout out to Mr. T. He's the one that planted this ulu, put the rocks around it, Mr. Amarino for cutting the grass, and Miss Aviel for filling in all the pupas throughout the day yesterday. One thing I will say about this school, and this is not a lie, is that we all have a heart for kids, and we're not afraid of hard work. It's an honor to be your principal, and I will say this time and time again, you guys inspire me to do a better job. I'm now going to turn it over to our fourth grade teachers. These two ladies are not only fierce educators, but they're just fierce, period. More importantly, they tolerate me as their principal. I want to acknowledge Mrs. Okimoto, especially for leading our students in the writing process and providing our students to be critical thinkers. Please join me in welcoming up Miss Jenny and Mrs. Okimoto.
Aloha! Aloha! Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you guys for taking time out of your day. I'm sure you guys are busy. But it really means a lot to not just fourth grade, Mr. Hamilton, the whole school, for you guys being here. So thank you, and for all the students, for class day, to be here to celebrate this. Especially on behalf of fourth grade, we'd like to thank Mr. Hamilton for coming up with this brilliant idea to make our school that much nicer and that much brighter. I think you guys can all agree with me that when you walk here and you see this, it'll put a smile on your face. Yeah, with the bright colors. Yes. Thank you, fourth graders, for working really hard. Okay, enough for the thank yous. Thank you, everyone. Like Mr. Hamilton said, we did work really hard in the classroom to prepare writing. So it was kind of killing two birds with one stone, where we got to learn about these plants that are very important to our island, to Hawaii, and to our people, cross-culture, right? So what we did was read about these plants, and in the process we took what we learned and we put it into writing. And it's good practice, right, for our state tests that we have to take. So that's the two birds with one stone. Without further ado, I'd like to call up our students who are going to read part of their writing. We did a 5-paragraph type of writing. An introduction, we talked about the 3 of the plants up here that you see, and a conclusion. So we're going to start with Vaimoana, and then we're going to have Kojak, followed by Keanu, and then Mackenzie, and then CPS is going to conclude us.
Have you ever wondered how plants were used 250 years ago by ancient Hawaiians? Some of these plants were kalo, kukui, and tili. Ancient Hawaiians had to live off the land, which means they used what the land provided to help them survive. Some of the ways these plants were used were for medicine, spiritual purposes, and practices, and for crafts.
In the text, it says that ancient Hawaiians used kalo, kukui nuts, and tili plants for medicine. Kalo was believed to have healing properties because it included fiber, potassium, and antioxidants. It also helped with digestive issues. In addition, in source 2 titled The Kukui Nut, a trade of native Hawaiians, the oil from the nuts was believed to have healing powers and was used to treat everything from skin rashes to sore muscles. Finally, the tea plant was also thought to have special powers for healing and protection. The leaves were crushed and placed on wounds to help speed up the healing process, and also hung in homes for protection against the bad spirits.
The ancient Hawaiians used kalo, tea, and kukui nuts for spiritual purposes. According to source number 1 titled Ancient Hawaiians and the Kalo, the sacred plant of the islands. Kalo was used in Hawaiian ceremonies and rituals to honor their gods, ancestors, and the land. Kukui nuts were also very useful to the ancient Hawaiians. In the conclusion paragraph of source number 2, it stated that for native Hawaiians, the kukui was a gift from nature, providing practical tools for daily life, while also symbolizing wisdom, protection, and strength. In addition, the tea plant proved to be very useful in the ancient days. The author of What is a Tea Plant states that the leaves were sometimes used in religious ceremonies to honor gods or spirits.
Finally, the ancient Hawaiians used plants for making crafts. According to source number 2, the hard shells of the kukui nut could be polished and strung together to make beautiful necklaces and bracelets. Also, source 1 stated that the leaves of the kalo would be woven into mats, ropes, and baskets, which were used for food and other necessities. The leaves of the tea plant were also woven into mats and baskets. In addition to those things, skirts, sashes, and capes were crafted as clothing for their bodies. In conclusion, ancient Hawaiians used the kalo, tea, and kukui plants in their everyday lives to survive. For example, these plants were used medicinally, spiritually, and for crafting. Today, we still have these plants all around us, and many people use them in their lives. So take a look around our campus. Maybe you'll see these 3 important plants. Mahalo for coming and listening to our essay on how the ancient Hawaiians survived by using plants. Have a great day.
So we wanted to conclude by singing an Oli Mahalo chant.
Fourth graders, thank you for sharing your wisdom with all of us. We're going to conclude our ceremony today. Students, teachers, staff members, community members, thank you so much for being here and making this day a special day for Kalihi Elementary. And with that, mahalo. We're going to start with excusing our third graders and fifth graders. Thanks for being here.